Margaret on Newz. Oh, we are on. Well, I hope this will post. Breaking news. Again. I made a post last night and it just would not post. So, it was breaking news last night, but you just have to give me a little leeway because the technology didn't work. So, here's the breaking news. XRP is now on Coinbase. So exciting. That means that you don't have to go through, you don't have to go to Coinbase, buy Ether, transfer it over to Binance. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just go to Coinbase and buy XRP straight from Coinbase. So exciting. Yeah, very exciting. So, that's the breaking news. And let's see. If you would like to hear some of my ramblings, you can keep listening. Otherwise, that's it. That's the good news. Coinbase.com has XRP or Ripple. You can buy it there. So, yeah, I was just checking. I'm outside, so we want to make sure we don't step in any dog poop. So, yeah. Anyway, here's my ramblings. I really finally decided to just stick with XRP. And I also decided that I don't need to understand everything, because I get that a lot when I try to share it with people. I say, hey, here's a heads up, and they just look at me and like, I don't understand that. And I'm like, okay, honestly, I don't understand it either, but I don't care. I don't understand how my car works, but I still drive it, right? And I thought, oh, I'm gonna need all these things. I don't need any of that stuff. I know I'm going to make money, and that's all I need to know. I don't need to know. I would love to learn how to read the candlestick patterns. That would be sweet. Because one day I called my mother and I said, I found this thing called coincodex.com, and she just took one look at that and she was like, oh, that's like a false spike. I was like, oh man, how does she know that? That was nice. I was like, I really want to know how to read the candlestick patterns. But I realized also that XRP is so huge that I'm not going to need to know all those fat details. All I need to know all I need to know is that it's going up, which I do know. And I have to say a disclaimer, I'm not giving any financial advice. These are just the opinions of an old woman. So there you go. So back to my story. And that's what it is. It's a story. And I love stories. So I know that XRP is going to go up, and that the company Ripple is diligently working behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. They're really changing and growing and expanding all the time. And then I also know from astrology that the price is going to peak out in about 3 years. I don't have my astrology program in front of me right now. I'll keep updating that, but it's about 3 years, in my opinion. And so when it peaks out, like right before the peak, that's when I'm going to get out. So I just need to remind myself to just rest my mind and just try to buy the XRPs from Coinbase and not just worry about watching every YouTube video about you know, all those complicated things that I'm never going to understand. It is not complicated to buy XRP off of Coinbase for me. I just go on there. You know, it was in the beginning. I was really, you know, I wasn't born with computers. So that's why I didn't buy Bitcoin, because I couldn't figure out how to buy it. And I asked a lot of people for help and nobody would help me. And I finally just gave up. So that was my bad for giving up. I should have kept on just begging people, and I should have gone to the library, got the librarian to help me, but I didn't. And yeah. So where was I? So now it's, you know, oh gosh, so many little things I want to say. And I need sunshine, really. Where was I? Oh, so I went through a phase where I was just enthralled with all these little cryptocurrencies that, you know, they were really just nothing. I think they were just riding on the coattails of the movement of cryptocurrency. And I talked to my mom, and she told me that back when they invented the phone or something, I think it was the phone companies, she said there were so many phone companies back then. And then they kind of all sifted down to, you know, your big ones, AT&T and whatever. And I thought, oh, okay. So I thought, I'm just going to get, you know, one of them was Tron, and I was excited because I was like, oh, they're going to do some kind of a drop and give you these free things. And I was like, then I realized that was kind of a trick. And I just thought, wow, this is not a real coin, in my opinion. So I just got rid of it. And I feel liberated. Oh, it feels so good just to not have to think about all that stuff, because I had, you know, I had Tron, and I tried District and Hot and Holo, and I tried all these ones, and I ended up sitting at my computer for way too long. And it was like, I felt like a slave. I was just like, oh my God, this is horrible. So I thought, you know, the whole point is not to just get stuck in, you know, la la land with all these numbers and charts and, you know, and advertisements to, you know, have somebody teach me how to read some pattern. I was like, no, the point is for me to make money. That's the only point. There is no other point than that, right? So I thought, well, and the point is I'm not going to live forever. I don't have forever to sit in front of the computer trying to decipher all this stuff. And so I just dumped all of that ideology and decided, you know what, XRP, that's my man right there, XRP. So, yeah, XRP is it for me. I'm going to be using that one instead of, you know, being used by all these other things to drive me crazy. And yeah, I have to be really careful because I get overwhelmed. And so I thought the streamlining and the simplifying of just using one, you know, maybe another one would be super tempting, like Neo. They keep advertising that one to me on my phone, and I was like, wow, that's just another distraction. I need to keep to the point and not deviate and, you know, be able to live the other areas of my life and not just obsess about XRP. I just need to buy it and leave it there it's kind of like, you know, I used to make bread, and I'd make the bread and I'd stick it in the oven. Well, I have to let it cook. I'm not going to just take it out after 5 minutes and eat raw cornbread. Yuck. So I have to realize my XRP is in the oven. And probably in 2.5, 2 3/4 years, I will pull it out of the oven and eat it. That's all I need to know. That's truly it. And yeah, and it fits my budget too. I mean, I really don't have very much money, but if I did suddenly win the lottery or something, it would accommodate me quite nicely, because it's such a massive, huge, it's an enormous market. It's global. It's got trillions of dollars moving around in there, or billions. I don't know, but it's way more than I would ever have. I mean, I can't sell myself short. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll suddenly get rich and it'll be just fantastic. You never know. It could happen to me. Yeah, I used to think it could never happen to me, but then I realized that's a fallacy, because you just never know. You could possibly. It could happen, right? Who am I to say that it wouldn't? And that's why I chose XRP as my main investment strategy. And it kind of flies in the face of putting your eggs in one basket, and, you know. But on the other hand, if I put them all in one basket and XRPs go south, I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory. How fun is that? Woo! I could say to myself, wow, that was fun, hoping and dreaming, even though it never came true. Yeah. So, it's fun being live on Margaret Newz, I have to say. Anyway, I think that's about all I wanted to say about my XRP hopes and dreams. I'm really glad that I don't have to think about it anymore. The candlestick thing is there as an option, but other than that, I'm good to go. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's all I wanted to say about XRP. And also, actually, I want to say the difference between XRP and Ripple. I finally realized I'm not going to understand that either. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. I mean, I know that Ripple is the company and XRP is the coin, but I could be wrong. I'm like, I think I get that, but do I really? And then I thought, why do I care? I don't care. All I care is if I'm going to make money or not. And I know I'm going to make money, so I guess that's irrelevant too. Yeah, I guess that just feels freeing to my heart and my soul to not have to deal with stuff that doesn't matter, you know? And honestly, most of the videos that I've seen on YouTube about XRP are super serious, not fun at all, and just like too heavy, deep, and real for me. And I want it to I mean, it's supposed to be fun, right? You know, it's like a creative project. And so maybe there's somebody out there that really wished for something fun about XRP. And now you're watching Margaret Newz and you're thinking, wow, this is great. You know, you don't have to deal with the triangles and the squares and the candlesticks and, you know, and I also realized, you know, this is where I get kind of hung up. I I think my uncle called it trying to catch a hanging blade or something about that. I don't know what he said. But I kind of get hung up on trying to get the lowest price. I think that's my downfall. You know, like thinking that I'm actually going to catch it when it's at the very, very bottom and buy it and then sell it when it's at the very, very top. I think that's my flaw, really, is the perfection. And I just have to let go of that perfection and be like, you know what, it's not going to matter. Because in 3 years, it's going to be worth way more than 32 cents, which is at 32 cents today. So I figure, you know, as long as I buy it under 50 cents, I'm good. You know? And that could change too, because I have no idea how much it's going to end up going up to. And so many speculators on YouTube about, you know, Ripple will go to, or XRP is going to go to whatever price. And I just thought, I don't have time for that. I'm not a rich woman, and I don't have other people to, you know, deal with my daily tasks. I'm the one that has to do them. So for me to sit there and speculate about how much the price is going to go to is pointless. I know that the price is going to go up, and that's all I know. So, time to enjoy my beautiful day while I'm still alive. It is my wish that I could live to be an old woman, older than I already am, because I'm going to be 55 next birthday. Wow. I know from looking at my astrology that my 55th year is going to be a doozy. I'm kind of scared. I've never really been like super scared about one of my birthdays, but I can deal with it. I know I can. I just got to, you know, power up on my mantras and, you know, try to burn off some of the goo before it gets too sticky. Anyway, yeah, in the comments below, you could say what you do to burn off the grossness of life. I think I was reading Annie Lamott, and she was talking about doing something, and then it was like burning off the, she used some fancier word than goo, but whatever. But for me, what I do to burn off the goo is mantras. I've been sick, so sometimes it's, my breathing's been a little funky. Anyway, I'm still here. That's the good news. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go off of the live now. Thank you for watching Margaret Tone News. So good of you to be with me today. Like me, subscribe me, be mine. Awesome. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching Margaret Tone News. Bye. Okay. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay. Of course I am. Thank you for watching.